So depending on where we're going to put the vertical axis of pivoting, it's going to serve to dictate exactly how we're going to proceed. If that's our wall and this is your cabinet, if we take that cabinet and we rotate it, and I select this as the pivot point, so what you're going to see up there in the upper left-hand corner is the need to radius that edge. So what's going to be really important to know is what is the design gap right here. I have this drawn, that's 1/8 of an inch what I have in there. So what's that gap going to be? It's probably going to need to be more than 1/8 of an inch, would be my guess, but knowing that dimension is really important. Now we could also possibly just take all of this stuff, the vertical axis of pivoting, and let's just move it to this random spot out here. Then let's grab our door and let's rotate that object. But this time, let's tell it to rotate it off of this point. So what happens if we try to do something like that is you're going to be able to get a much you're going to open it further, obviously, but we're really going to have to think about how that top pivot's going to work, because that's absolutely going to require a custom arm. What's that going to require? The issue is that that pretty much eliminates any sort of problem that we have with rotation. But as you can see, meaning margin over here, so depending on where we put this, let's just put a vertical axis of pivoting in the center, and I'm just going to eyeball that. Let's take our object and let's rotate it again around this point. So now you could see that depending on where you put the darn point of rotation, it really impacts what you have to do to the wall or to the door, which is, you have a cabinet, but I'm going to call it a door. You just got a really thick door. So we're going to need to determine what can be done, or what will be done with, can that be radiused? What is that margin there? That's the most important thing to know. What is this margin? What if we also took our point of pivot and stuck it out here? Let's rotate this object now. Let's tell it to rotate around here. Okay, so now we get something that's a little bit different in the sense of, we don't have any conflict. It just pulls straight away. The client ordered, or what we're shipping him, is the bottom of an 0370. We're sending him the entire pivot because I want him to have the top pivot from the center hung 0370. So the client had asked in the conversation, actually. Let's see if we actually have that conversation. Okay, it's a shame I don't. It's not recorded. But one question the client asked was, he knows he's going to have to get this pivot point out towards the edge of the cabinet, and he asked if he was going to see the bottom plate. And I says, well, think of this as a revolving door. So why not just, if shown in the drawing like this, take that bottom plate and just rotate it. And I said, you're probably going to mortise the bottom arm fairly close to the edge of the cabinet, but just take that bottom plate and rotate it. You're good. So that was one question he had. Admittedly, the AutoCAD stuff, and speaking of AutoCAD, I was really clear with the client that that what he should do, and he was in the middle of a different project, but he wanted to get the hardware in hand, he should send me a hand sketch with some dimensions so I can give him a better idea in terms of what I would do with the top pivot. Now, the way I had drawn it was like this. The concept was the cabinet's going to sit like here, and this would be mortised like here. The cabinet's going to sit, the cabinet will sit here. The cabinet's on my side. This is what's going to be mortised to the underside of the header. This is going to be mortised to the top of the cabinetry. How he's going to end up doing that, well, what my plan was, is you would remove this hex cap, you would drive the pin out, get the components mortised to the top of the cabinet and the underside of the header, get the thing set on the bottom pivot, tip it in place, and then take the pin and drop it through the top. That's here. And then secure your cap. This pin comes out. It comes out, okay? So, but you'll need to remove a hex cap to drive it down from the top so that you can bring the pin down and then tighten it. And that's the idea with this. So, in here, the margin, and give me all the dimensions, how big, how wide the opening is, how wide the cabinet is, where you think you want, or what the gap will be, where you want to put the vertical axis of pivoting would be number 4. And I'll let them know what that round over needs to be. We'll toss that back into AutoCAD. We'll draw it reasonably accurately. And we'll see if we can get the client the right information. So, as was discussed in the conversation, there would be less guesswork. A lot of people who are doing this work, woodworking customers of ours, they're building full-size mock-ups. They know what they're going to do before they go to do it on the real thing. The idea of the AutoCAD, as I had said to the client yesterday, just less guesswork. On paper, this is what I would be doing. Obviously, still do a mock-up, and then we'll adjust as we go forward. So,